I gotta get your take on the Roman Reigns Seth Rollins feud, and then also some recent developments about Cody Rhodes. Are we finally going to get that heel turn? And then, of course, I got to bring back the pipe bomb of the weekend. Let's just talk about SummerSlam in general. Tonight, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Out of all the matches that has been confirmed, what match are you most looking forward to that you are most excited about?
I probably sound like a broken record at this point, but it's CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. You know, if it had been their second match, maybe Obafemi and Brock Lesnar. You know, believe it or not everything has to be a trilogy. Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, we're looking at two veterans who know how to put some spice on it when they don't have a lot of time. And that's not their fault. We're like a week and change away now. And it was only last Saturday night, that we got like a real, and then the next morning at Fanatics Fest, a real pop off. I'm gonna lay that at the feet of creative, but I just know that they're gonna tear the house down, and that's why every time I'll take the technical wrestling match every time, and I think that that's going to be the highlight of SummerSlam.
The match that I'm most excited about, and you already mentioned the Cody and CM Punk, Oba, and Brock Lesnar, which were my honorable mentions, but this might surprise you right here. I'm excited about Io Sky versus Liv Morgan. I am excited.
It might not surprise me that you are excited about Liv Morgan and Io Sky.
Okay. all right. Fair enough. But the reason why I'm excited because this is a match that Liv Morgan has to deliver in. She's been surrounded by controversy about things coming out from WWE Unreal Season 3 about her championship reign that she's not defended it. And then one time that she had a meaningful match during the stretch was against Io Sky, in which she lost in the Queen of the Ring final. So she got that. Then you got the Danhausen thing going on with her laying out Danhausen, which I was very happy to see. Like we both like Danhausen, but he had it coming also. Like I've been waiting for him to get his little receipt. But I think it's pressure on this match to deliver on more so the Liv Morgan side. I feel like she needs to win this match. She needs a title reign that's going to be rememberable. And we talking about a character here in Liv Morgan who I love her aggressive nature in the ring. People want to say that she could be annoying on the mic with all the screeching, but that's supposed to be her character. She's like the female version of Dominic Mysterio, which they're partners right now. So like she's playing that up to a T. She's improved greatly. They put basically the rocket on her back this year with her beating Stephanie at WrestleMania, her capturing the Royal Rumble win in January. So it has to deliver. This has to be like a 4 to 5 star match. I already know Io Sky's gonna bring it because she's like arguably the best wrestler in the world, male or female, however you want to spin it. How Liv Morgan is going to deliver. That's why I'm so interested in this match.
I think Liv definitely has to bring it because I'll tell you right now, I've told you before on this show, the Judgment Day staying power has been impressive to me. And it has taken a kind of, Law and Order-esque shifting of the cast, right? People have to come in and out. And, maybe it's getting to that point again to where people are looking at Liv Morgan and going, is Liv Morgan's shelf life long for past the Judgment Day? I think that's an open question. And I think that she needs to prove that at SummerSlam, and it's a great way to do so. I like that it's certainly not like a hat on a hat situation. that there's no stipulation or anything between Liv Morgan and Io Sky, that gives her even more of an opportunity to just set the tone, work the match, and get the result. That's all you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, us, it's easy to say, but she has to do it.
Right. And at first I was on board of Roxanne and or Raquel interfering in this match to turn on her. And this can be a possibility, but I feel like the way that she's been set up after coming back from her injury, and WWE, they like to silence the critics with strong storytelling and strong displays in the match. She has to win this. She has to win this on her own. Let that breakup come in later. Maybe she get really full of herself, and then, those two separate themselves from her. But I think this is a match that should not have interference whatsoever. Let them go at it. Let us see Liv Morgan at her finest hour versus, like I said, one of the best wrestlers on the planet.
And maybe we see that. It's kind of a babyface thing, but it can be used effectively by a heel, to tell her compatriots to stay in the back. I'm the best, so I don't need any help. This, that, and the other. Right now isn't it. I think with the Judgment Day, the whole idea is that at any time it feels like someone is going to shiv another in the back. But I don't think right now is that time. And, you always have war games. You always have war games for that. I'm going to try and fit in my own squeaker here, is that I'm actually excited for Gunther and Nick Aldis. I'm excited to see Nick Aldis.
Me too.
I really am.
No, me too. I feel like we have the same reasons too. I'll be honest, I've never seen Nick Aldis a whole match, but I've seen highlights and him, working with Cody Rhodes, putting on, spectacle with that. I don't know what promotion that was, but I'm excited to see him as a wrestler. I think that's going to deliver because Gunther, we already know, speaking of technicians, ring general, we already know Gunther's going to do that. Now you have Nick Aldis, who's he's kind of like that too.
He was the same type, same type of wrestler. He's not even 40 years old. He is not even 40 years old. He's 39 years old.
We already was talking about Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, or Big. Let's just go ahead and go right into it. Now, we both are excited for this match for the obvious. Based off what I've seen with Cody getting real aggressive after CM Punk accidentally hit him in the face with the belt, and then he getting mushed in the face in their press conference. A lot of people are pointing to this could be the time where they pull the trigger and have Cody Rhodes be a heel. We've seen him have heelish moments, but not as the full heel. Everybody loves his work back then when he was between, WWE and AEW or whatever. So do you think this is the perfect time now to turn Cody Rhodes heel? Because now both of them on SmackDown. You got CM Punk. CM Punk, I don't think he's ever going to be a heel again. Even if he turns heel on camera, people are still going to give him that baby face type of cheer. But for Cody, do you see this as the perfect opportunity to be a heel again?
No. No.
Still no.
No. And the thing is that, I think you can have this kind of setup, and again, it's on a truncated timeline, but it's very, very reminiscent, without a Miss Elizabeth, but it's very reminiscent to the explosion of the Mega Powers before WrestleMania 5 between Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage. Randy Savage, the jealous son of a bitch, and it came to that, and you had two baby faces that they couldn't coexist. And I think we're about to get that with CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. Like I said, truncated timeline. But Friday nights, and specifically this past Friday night, there are ways to get heat that aren't cheap, that aren't, contrived, and it's that simple. Gets hit in the face with the belt. You have all American, Wheatley vodka, kissing babies, Cody Rhodes caught clearly mouthing, what the F on Peacock after getting hit in the face with the belt. And then later on, they pretty much have to be separated. Funny enough, Trick Williams is the one that comes up and says, what we talk about. And I thought that was again masterclass, because all respect to Trick Williams, he's not in that picture right now. And if you were looking for a way for it to seem, contrived or that it's a work, you'd find another baby face on the level of Cody Rhodes and CM Punk and put him in the middle of that. It makes so much less sense story-wise for Trick Williams to be in the middle of it backstage. That it seems more fluid. And so it goes right into Fanatics Fest, which you highlighted. That again, it kind of goes toward what Punk has said in the past, that he's not gonna stab Cody in the back like everyone else has. He's gonna stab him in the front. And Punk doesn't like the way that Cody's been acting, so he says, "Hey, it was an accident when I hit you with the belt, but this isn't." When he goes and pie faces him, and shoves him back, hand to face. So it's stuff like that that'll get you interested, just like that. And you don't need 6 to 8 weeks of build, because it's not WrestleMania like the explosion of the Mega Powers. It's SummerSlam. So I think they've done everything right. But at the end of the day, now is certainly not the time at all, I think, for Cody Rhodes to become a heel. And if he were, again, I think it's a War Games thing. If he were to screw over his own team, that is the most anti-Cody Rhodes that you could think of.
I like your Survivor Series War Games idea, but also at the same time, I'm like, if not now, when? For me, enough is enough. If not now, if it's not War Games, then when? Enough is enough. Put the babies down. Put the whiskey down. Do it.
Throw the babies up and let them fall to the floor.
Just do it. Come on. WWE is so much. It's so much money. It's so much viewership. It's so much reactions, and I think SummerSlam is one of two spots. And I like your War Game spot where you can do this. Pull the trigger. I just like the idea of Cody having a fresh start where, he may not win the match. Maybe he can deliver like a low blow to CM Punk at the end and walk off like in that fashion. But I think at some point it has to happen. And I think SummerSlam is, like I said, one of two places where it should happen, because it's just so much revenue, so much money that could come in with Cody Rhodes being a heel. And I think WWE needs like a fresh boost in that sense. Another thing that can happen in this match, Randy Orton or Drew McIntyre returns and interferes and costs Cody Rhodes. Also leads to me thinking like Cody Rhodes has to snap. Like enough is enough. Like, damn, I'm doing everything right. I got my mentor mushing me in the face and at Fanatics Fest, hitting me in the face and the eye with the belt. Then, I wrestle, I do my thing. Then here comes somebody that I beat in the past, want to interfere. Like he has to snap at some point, and I'm feeling like we getting close. But I'm ready to see it though. I'm ready to see it.
I think they're just gonna have to pull the trigger if they're gonna pull the trigger, and I'm not gonna be the one salivating at Cody Rhodes becoming a heel. But if it happens, it happens, and I know that he can do a good job if they turn him. And now it won't be that hard because you're getting a whole lot of OTC, even in LA Knight promos. You're not hearing a whole lot of Cody, you just get woo because that's fan participation night. Do it or not. Up to them.
Definitely up to them, but all in all, I'm expecting a masterclass of a match at SummerSlam with those two. But speaking of OTC, let's just go ahead and talk about Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. Nothing more needs to be said about the why, as John Cena will point out, the why this is happening. But based off the promos that we heard, the battles between the two, how are you feeling about this edition of Reigns versus Rollins?
Roman's gonna win again. There's no doubt in my mind. And a lot of for as much as Seth has tried to scrape, the bottom for his promos, about decade old, Roman can't promo or this, that, and the other. Seth isn't honestly, he's not a great promo either, unless he's really into it. So I don't want to hear that from Seth freaking Rollins. It's just kind of been honestly just a rehash of the past 15 years. You already kind of did that during the Tribal Reign of Terror when they had their match at the Royal Rumble. When Seth came out in Shield gear and with the Shield theme song, when Seth was all about doing stuff like that, like coming out in polka dots against Cody Rhodes. Nothing is captivating me. Nothing between Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. This story has been told. It's just that we've come back around and it's like, oh, he hit me with a chair once and stole my wise man once. All right. There were two members of the Shield one time. And now they're having a match at SummerSlam. So I'm not really, it's not really on my radar. I'm not terribly excited for the match, to be honest.
Oh, well, first I want to say this. That segment at Saturday Night Main Event with them two and Jalen Brunson and Tyrese Halliburton, it was almost awful. They should have did that. They should have did that at the beginning, like at the beginning to open the show. Like, I think the placement is what like is throwing me off. Like to have that to end the show, they should have ended it with the tag match. You know what I'm talking about, and just open with that. Like Roman Reigns said a whole bunch of nothing. Get to the point, yada yada yada. Acknowledge us, and then Halliburton, coming out, which it was a pleasant surprise. But I expected that too because they did
it before. They did it before. LA Knight was involved. But Carl Anthony Towns was more of a made
Shout
sense to be there, and that was an awesome moment.
That was
Saturday night's main event. I'm glad we had an opportunity to even bring that up because JD McDonough made that chokeslam look like absolute perfection. But yeah, the putting that at the end, questionable.
Yeah, it went on a little bit too long too. But that was just a sidebar. But I would say the one thing that has stood out to me with these two is Roman Reigns finally getting in the head of Seth Rollins. Because it's been the other way around every time they, lock horns. But him, like calling him the number two, pointing out every time he gets the belt, he gets hurt, he has to drop it. And then he pointed out the way he has to win the belt and how like he has gotten the same thing Roman has gotten, but he always just ends up a number two to Roman's number one.
The
And it's
same
going to be like
tool,
that.
you know. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get it. And like the only thing I hated about the last promo was like that Rollins was like, don't you think that I, you know, say all that stuff about myself in the mirror when I'm at home? Do you? That's kind of sad. Like, come on.
The Roman did one hell of a job with that. And I'm glad they go in that direction. Now it's like I said, it's like Seth Rollins is down himself. Like, if I lose, then he's right. But if I win, can I carry the mantle for as long as he has? He got those doubts. So I do want to see that play out in the match though. Like Seth just can't put this guy away. And then Roman pulls it out at the end because I'm hoping for like a back and forth affair, a slugfest. One really don't have the advantage over the other, but at the end of the day, like you said, I think Roman has to win. I just think it's better long term because I don't know where you go from here with Seth Rollins. Like, haha, I told you so, but what's next? Like, what's next after that? So
Yeah, and maybe Roman will go, ha ha ha, told you so.
Danhausen need to lose. I'm sorry. He needs to lose. Dom, get your money back. Dominic Mysterio, he needs his win. Like, I can't pitch. First of all, you're AAA champion, mega champion. You need to justify that. You can't go out there and lose to Danhausen. Danhausen need to lose because you can't have Danhausen undefeated forever. Like, the guy got to take some L's at some point. He already got punched in the face by Liv. Let him take this loss and then let him kind of like doubt Danhausen. You know what I'm saying? Like give him a little bit more depth. Like he's been great, he's been delivering, but it's about time that this man loses. Like I don't want to see him win no more. I don't like his finishing move. Give it back to Sting. Give it back to Sting.
What?
I don't want to see. Yeah, he need his own finish. Give it back to Sting.
Wow. That's no. Triple D. That's what we're all about. That's what we're all about here. Triple D.
I want Scorpion Death Drop. That's the only thing.
Danhausen Death Drop.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, I love him. I love him. He is my child. I love Danhausen. I love everything about Danhausen, and just by an absolute stroke of luck that WWE has been able to do anything with Danhausen. And it's been like the most epic lightning strike, like stroke of luck ever. Sure, maybe Dom wins, but I think even if he does, I think Danhausen has to have a SummerSlam moment at the end.
Like you said, I like Danhausen stuff. The stuff with the Miz at his house was like the funniest thing I've seen this year. But nah, you gotta lose.
That's good.
What's your pipe bomb? What's your pipe bomb though?
This past Monday night on Raw, I'm seeing $25 tickets for SummerSlam. You know what that tells me? That as of that time, for each night, for that stadium that holds 72,000 people, that they had about 22,000 tickets sold each night. You can do a lot to cover up a lack of people in an arena, I don't know how you're doing that 50,000 difference. So clearly they are on a they're on a tear to try and get people into to US Bank Stadium. And so I guess the pipe bomb isn't that, you know, that they're selling $25 tickets, certainly. It's that they still don't get it. They still don't get it. We are not in the economic straits required for them to rob the wallets of, you know, wrestling fans and their families. You know, and they are all but willing to do so right up until it's nut cutting time and they realize that their bottom line or their image is threatened by putting on a show with 50,000 empty seats. You know, and that doesn't sit right with me by a long shot. You know, and we, in the background, you still have WWE and TKO like dealing with the Janelle Grant stuff that's just gone to arbitration. You know, text messages and voicemails came out that certainly put the what ended up being the deal for TKO to purchase WWE, you know, in a very shady status. That there wasn't really a fair bid process. You know, and the whole idea of how and what and why they bought WWE for the price they did, the whole reason why these tickets have been so high is because they are leveraging all the value of WWE to try and pay down UFC's debt and the debt that they took on with WWE as quickly as possible. And they're doing that on the back of WWE fans and their families. That's going to be an ongoing pipe bomb, if anything. It's not worth the hotel. It's not worth the rental car. It's not worth the concessions. It's not worth everything that goes on top of the ticket price and the Ticketmaster fees, which are still ridiculous. And there you have it. And when maybe $25 gets another 8,000 people through the door, maybe they'll work their magic and make it look like the most full arena you've ever seen. But at the end of the day, I will know, and everyone else should know, that I think they have a hell of a stacked card. And you know what? People are shaking their head and going, not for this.
It's the end of the Pipe Bomb main event, SummerSlam preview edition, plus Bailey here on Stacey on Sports. Try to bring some laughter. Here on Stacey on Sports, I'm Stacey Cody II, joined by Alec Ryder. Follow us everywhere on social media at Stacey on Sports. We had the preview. Of course, our next episode going to be the review or recap. I'm looking forward to SummerSlam. 2 nights, stack card. Hopefully every match delivered. Also, everybody watch WWE Unreal Season 3. Look out for Stacey Curry at the end. But great show. Great show. Great show. So go check it out, y'all. But this is the Pipe Bomb main event on Stacey on Sports.